Alright, hello and welcome everyone to another set in Alchemy League. This one is from the Platinum Division. We have Warrior versus Wizanatic, and they are playing on the map of the week for week 4, which is Spiny Forest. It's important to remember that although it is currently week 5 for Alchemy League Season 1 right now, these are recordings and this was played last week, and I am just getting caught up doing some casting. So the map of the week for week 4 is Spiny Forest. Spiny Forest is a map created by Huhukoidal22. He's a friend of mine. He's a map scripter from Denmark. And the thing that I really like about Huhukoidal22 is that he is adventuresome. He's always looking to try out new things. And I think that's very important for any contest organizer or map maker, of which he is both, to be. So he's tried out some new things for this Spiny Forest. This is inspired by the Spiny Forests of Madagascar. We take a look. It looks like Wizanatic's having a little bit of trouble unpacking his trebuchet here, which is actually just a packed town center. I think he's got to move it over a little bit. All right, there we go. So you start with 2 of these packed town center devices. And it can be a little bit tricky unpacking them at first because they like flat terrain, so therefore most of this is flat. And they don't, it's really hard to see where the building is going to be, so you kind of have to get it distant from everything. It's just awkward. It's an awkward unit. We'll probably ban it for next season of the Alchemy League, but we didn't ban it this time, and we weren't going to make Huhukoidal go back and redesign his map because we didn't have the foresight to ban it. So we'll ban it next time. We can see that Wizanatic is unpacked here on some berries. Oh, by the way, yeah, these are berries. I know that they don't look like berries, but these are goods piles. And it's actually just berries that looks like goods. So, but at some point, if it gets low enough in food, it actually turns into a berry bush, which is kind of weird, but also sort of fun. You can eat camels, you guys. See how these camels have food in here? You can chop these cactuses. Cactuses have... Oh, that's actually a lot of wood for a cactus. That must be a... Okay, yeah, this one only has 125, so this must be just a huge... Wait. Oh no, this is a pile of wood. We had the pile of wood selected. That makes a lot more sense. The pile of wood has a lot of wood in it, 1125. He's exploring with some goats here. You generally start with 2 town centers on this one. You start with a mule cart as well. And one of the town centers is more on some food resources, and the other is actually got some gold here. So he's got these piles of gold, each of which has 2,000. But you have to be careful because you can build some things on top of them. So it can be a little bit tricky to get your economy going on this map. Keep everything working and such. Got Warrior over here bringing in a boar. You start with this elephant scout here. Warrior is scouting with his elephant called Tristan. And you guys may have seen it. You also have a mounted healer scout. Here it is. So Warrior is also scouting with this mounted healer. This mounted healer cannot pick up relics and it cannot convert. It's actually going to convert. It can convert sheep or goats in this case. And we got Warrior actually stealing Wizanatic's goat. Wizanatic has not touched this elephant yet. He probably assumed that this is an elephant that you can hunt. So we'll probably see Wizanatic at some point when he gets enough villagers go to try to lure this elephant in. Oh no, wait, alright, he is controlling it now. Alright, so he's figured out that you can scout with that elephant. And his mounted healer is over here. So I don't know that Wizanatic has played this map before. I don't know if either of them have. This is the map of the week, so but it also has been picked. So maybe they have played it in the past, because if it hadn't been picked, it probably would have been map of the week earlier. We got here. We got Warrior bringing in another boar. But the macro on this map can be tricky. You really have to be on point. We see a lot of times the players will use the mule cart to hunt wild camels. And I think that is probably the best use of the mule cart early on. It can follow you around all the different huntable animals. You cannot put box turtle meat in a mule cart, unfortunately. So we see that Warrior has a 5-villager advantage over Wizanatic. Both have a little under 6 minutes of town center idle time here, just because there's 2 town centers to keep working. Okay, and Wizenatic has decided to build a lumber camp down here. I guess there's not really too much more you can do in this town center. He's going to need a lumber camp eventually. He could have chopped these piles of wood, but why not build the lumber camp, right? But awkward map, and that's kind of fun. I don't know, maybe it's a little bit too awkward, but you know what? Let's give it a try. Players are willing to try it out. Let's try it. So let's talk about the civilizations. Warrior has picked the Mongols. Maybe because Warrior believes in hunting, he's going to come out here and he's going to go for these camels. Does Warrior not know about this boar? No, he does. And he decides, oh yeah, there's that boar. Let's get that thing. So he must have just discovered it, or just seen it. And Wizenatic galloping by, but this lady is not going to heal this wounded villager. So he's going to take the boar first. Mongols, of course, take hunted meat very quickly. So he'll benefit from that. Other than that, I'm not really sure that Mongols are that great of a pick for this map. This map has some pretty big woodlines. It's got land nomad style woodlines. They're huge. They've got cactuses in there. Looks like Wizenatic is going to come out here and he's going to mill the box turtles. And then I guess he's going to take the wild camels too. These villagers were going to hunt. This is getting a little bit close to Warrior though. Now, when the Honorable Judge Ray reviewed this map, oh no. Uh-oh. What is this? Alright, Warrior's going to fight some wolves here. When the Honorable Judge Ray reviewed this map, he seemed to think that Feudal Age would be an option on it, in some cases, or at least to an extent. But so far, we haven't really seen too much feudal aggression on this map. Here comes Warrior. Let's see what Warrior can see. Okay, Warrior just now discovering this mill. I guess he's going to fight Wizenatic off of that wild camel. This is a good engagement for Warrior, because Wizenatic really needs food. Needs food income. He's behind in villagers. And Wizenatic sends the boys out because he does not want to waste the wood for this mill, essentially. And it is closer for Wizenatic, so here we come. We're going to see a villager fight. And a little bit of excitement here early on. And Warrior, realizing that he's outnumbered, decides to leave. We'll see if Warrior sends more people. I don't think he will. I don't think it's worth it. He's going to be Feudal Age in just a little bit. He'll probably build a stable with these two villagers. Yeah, there it is. There's a house anyway. He has not started the stable yet. He probably just assumed. And Wizenatic sending his mounted healer along to keep the villagers alive. Exactly. Jasuni, welcome. Hunted meat gathers quickly, so if the Mongol hunt bonus allows you to keep the TCs working early on, it could snowball into a large economic advantage. That's true. That really is very true. It looks like Wizenatic managed to shank one of Warrior's villagers to death. And Lord knows he needs it. Warrior's TCs have been working from that Mongol hunt bonus, I suppose. Same thing applies to Goths. Goths. Oh, you mean being able to carry more meat? Yeah, Wizenatic has doubled down on this area. He really wants this. He's building a barracks now. I'm not sure what Wizenatic will do as Malians. I know that Malian buildings cost less wood, so maybe he's going to go into archers. Or maybe he's going to do some kind of man-at-arms push. Warrior has built a stable, but Wizenatic, I don't believe Wizenatic knows about it yet. No, Wizenatic just ran out here with a bunch of villagers, shanked down one of Warrior's villagers, and then came home and is happily eating camel. I'm not sure how scary these are. Okay, he's building a blacksmith. Here come the scouts. Now, Wizenatic does have his mounted healer nearby. So if he needed to, he could pull his mounted healer over here. And he's just being pestered. Warrior's just being a pest. Okay, he's got a spearman. Wizenatic trying to keep these villagers working. It's such a joy to watch these guys play, I gotta say. I know that they're not pro players, but as far as I'm concerned, they're good enough. They're as close as I'm ever gonna get to seeing pro players play on my maps, I think. Or on custom maps from the community in general, and that's fine. These guys are still super creative, and it's awesome to see them in our league. Uh-oh. Wizenatic going to lose a villager, though, to these scouts. Warrior manages to pick off a farmer here, and now he's going to come and look for some more trouble. He might dip through this gap here and get on the wood line, and I don't know that Wizenatic is planning on quick-walling it. No, he's not, because here they are. He hasn't even reacted. Okay, here we go. He fights that off. Wizenatic getting some economic upgrades. Warrior is on his way up to the Castle Age. Wizenatic's going to wall this partially here. Scouts are going to come back. He's going to fight some more. Another villager goes down. And this is looking rough here for Wizenatic. Warrior has killed 3 villagers so far, and Wizenatic has only killed 1. Alright, I see some scouts here from Wizenatic, so it seems that Wizenatic's plan is to make scouts of his own. He's going to pick off one of Warrior's scouts. And then if he micros better, he could get this other one for free, but he does not. His attention is focused somewhere else. I guess they're just going to trade HP. Okay, so Warrior on his way up to the Castle Age. Wizenatic is building a market, probably, so that he can buy some food. He's got villagers working on this sneaky gold mine up here. I don't think Warrior knows about that. Warrior knows that there's gold up here, but he does not know that Wizenatic is up here. We have... Wizenatic is also taking the box turtles forward. He's got some scouts. I think Wizenatic ultimately did spend more on Feudal Age. I mean, how many scouts did we see out of Warrior? Wait, Goths get longer lasting hunt? Since when? Since when? Oh, I can't keep up with all these civ changes. So we got 4 scouts from Wizenatic. He's sending his mounted healer along to help out, to keep the scouts alive. He has a few spearmen here and there, and he is taking resources. Wizenatic is on his way up to the next stage. Warrior is already in Castle Age, though, and here come the Steppe Lancers. This could be very bad for Wizenatic. 1 spearman is not enough to fight off Steppe Lancers. He's got a bunch of forward villagers, so Wizenatic needs to run. He needs to go home. This is not gonna... This is not gonna last for very long. And Warrior just wants to pump out the Steppe Lancers, I think. And I think he just wants to crush Wizenatic. And he does. Wizenatic caught off guard here by the ambush on his villagers. Investing more into Feudal Age. I mean, he did get some villager kills. But Warrior with the win here. A clean Mongol Dark Age into essentially maybe a few scouts and then fast castle. This is well executed by Warrior, and we give him the first win. But guys, don't count Wizenatic out. Wizenatic is a very good player, and I'm sure that we'll see some really good plays. He probably, I think in the set he might even win one. We'll see. The next map is Wizenatic's choice, so let's go and take a look and see what it is. So Spiny Forest, and then Wasteland. So Wizenatic is going to be the Cumans on Wasteland, and Warrior is going to be Magyar. So we load into the game. Let me explain Wasteland a little bit. It is inspired by Desert Void by Crazzini, and it's literally pretty much nothingness. There's not very much going on. Just, you got your 2 town centers. They've got some pretty big wood lines around them, and that's it. I mean, there's a little bit of wood around the edge of the map here, just in case you need it. And there might be like a few neutral resources scattered around. Oh my goodness, look at Wizenatic's massive crescent moon of a woodline here. I really hope he builds his lumber camp over here. I hope he doesn't build it on this woodline here. But as long as he doesn't build it on this woodline, I'll be happy. If he builds it on this woodline, I'll be pretty triggered. Alright, let's see. YouTube is not responding. What the? Uh-oh. Oh. Alright, well, I guess we'll just keep going then. There's not much I can do about that right now. So let's analyze the civilizations here. Warrior, of course, on this side of the map, he's got Magyars. So, Magyars are popular on this map. Lightning Scouts are very popular. You get 3 of these boar creatures, except they're not boars, they're better. They are elephants or rhinos. And elephants and rhinos each have 400 food instead of 340. So, there is the potential for a little bit more food there. Probably, actually, a lot more food. You could go Lightning Scouts. The map is easier to wall, I think, than standard Arabia. because these wood lines are so big and honking, but you also get more food, so you could potentially go faster scouts. And it seems to be quite popular to go scouts on this map, although we have also seen people go tower rushes, archers, man-at-arms, etc. But I think the meta on this map is scouts. Maybe if the player lands were a little bit closer together, the meta would be slightly different. We got, what is this? We got Warrior over here stealing. Oh no, Wizanatic is trying to steal Warrior's sheep. Oh no. That's not very nice. Warrior over here with the scout. He's going to shank this Bactrian camel and force the Bactrian camel to retreat. So this map is all about camels, in my opinion. Mobility, super important on this map. That's not to say that you need mobility to win on this map. You can build a wonder in the corner on this map and win that way. But I think that mobility is easier. And the other unique thing about this map, even though it's not very unique in general, but what I like about this map, Wizanatic trying to slow down the scout with his camel, but I think the scout is a little bit faster than the camel. The other thing that makes this map unique in the context of Alchemy League is that this is the only map in Alchemy League that has 0 water on it, where it is physically impossible to build a dock, even if you wanted to. And for people who hate water, like me, that's a good thing. So that's why you'll see me choose this map often as a home map. It's kind of a comfort map, you know? It's like one of those maps that's pretty... It's got a simple concept. It's a little less stressful than other maps, and that can be a good thing. You know, we love to hold up our complex maps and our, oh, you know, look at this, it's very different and unique, and that's all good stuff. But sometimes it's nice to have a simple map in the map pool. And so that's what we have here. Big open spaces for cavalry to run around. Wizanatic is really gonna... Yeah, it looks like he just got hit by the town center. He's really trying to mess with Warrior here. Trying to throw Warrior off balance. But of course these guys are... so we got the Moonwalking Scout. These guys are worthy opponents, so it's going to be hard. Warrior's going to be a tough opponent to do something like that too. So Wizanatic did choose this woodline for his lumber camp. That is most excellent. Warrior is getting Loom now. He's on 19 pop. He's got only 6 seconds of Town Center idle time. So this is a Lightning Scouts build. 19 pop Scouts. I guess it could be faster. Wizanatic. I like how Wizanatic even gets in the parting stroke with his own scout. It's like the Town Center shoots, doesn't hit, but at least he gets one more hit in with the scout before going off and doing his own thing. That's kind of the level that we're talking about here on these guys. They are very good. Okay, so Wizanatic is going up to the Feudal Age on 19 pop as well. It looks like Warrior is... Oh, no, wait. Warrior is going up to the Feudal Age on... Wait, what? 21 pop? So did he cancel or change his mind or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind. Maybe Warrior changed his strategy. He's going on to gold now. Oh, interesting. So Warrior is doing a 2 Militia Drush, it looks like. 2 Militia Drush and Fast Castle. I don't know about that. I feel like Wizanatic's going to be able to get his Town Center up before then, but maybe not. Okay, Warrior's scout was trapped in here by Wizanatic, and then the villagers shanked it down. Wizanatic building a gate here to trap it. So what do you do with 2 militia, I guess? Maybe Warrior's plans have been thwarted a little bit. He does have militia, so he can at least scout the map with them. Could maybe find some extra gold or something. Okay, no, he's got 3 militia. So that's a pretty big investment, and he's on his way up to the Feudal Age now, so maybe it's Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms could potentially be very damaging. Wizanatic has not... Like, if he had built this town center here on the wood line, or maybe here on the stone and on the wood, I would say it wouldn't damage it. Wizanatic's map is unusually open for this map. He's got a massive wood line here. These Man-at-Arms arriving just barely too late. Wizanatic sees it, of course. He's going to start building up walls to try to keep Warrior out. Warrior's getting the Man-at-Arms upgrade now. But I like to see strategic variety, of course. And I don't think we've seen too many Man-at-Arms for this map. So Warrior is going to be able to do damage. He may not get in, but he'll be constantly attacking buildings and such and forcing Wisnatic to repair them. He could send a villager out across the map to build a tower, and it looks like he is going on to stone right now, actually. So, yeah, here they come. So here comes the tower rushing villager. And Warrior's going to work on this house right here, which is smart. The house has negative melee armor, unlike this palisade wall, so it's basically like giving the man-at-arms a bonus of +1 attack versus it. And it's already, it's fallen pretty quick. So Wisnatic has to come over and he's got to repair it with his villager. The front is completely open. Yeah, pretty much. So I bet Warrior's going to plant a tower right here. It looks like the villagers are headed over to the wood line. Let's see what Wisnatic can see, if Wisnatic will see this tower coming. Warrior's keeping him distracted down here. It's always best to get the surprise with the tower. You never want your opponent to be able to rush up a defensive tower. However, if Warrior is able to deny this stone with his tower, that could be... Oh, this is clutch right here. Look at this. Wisnatic sees it. At least he could have seen it. Okay, I think he's following it. I think he knows. Yep. He knows. So Wisnatic sees it coming, and I think Warrior sees Wisnatic see it coming, and so he's just like, ah, screw it, you know, I'll build my tower here that's in vision range of this lumber camp. Yeah, so I believe that this would have been in vision range of the lumber camp. Maybe not. We got more towers coming, and probably what he's going to do is he's going to wrap the towers around this way and try to get in near the berries. I think it would be better to build a tower near the stone, just to deny your opponent's stone completely. He does not wait to put another tower down here. He's building one directly here. The man-at-arms are in, and you don't want to fight man-at-arms. They're pretty tough, especially Magyar man-at-arms that get the free attack. And so Wisnatic taken off of berries. He is ahead in villagers. He's 9 villagers ahead. Warrior has some man-at-arms here. Wisnatic sending some archers around. Apparently Wisnatic built an archery range. And the man-at-arms are kind of a little bit trapped in a way. They're retreating close to the tower here. And we see Warrior is building an archery range of his own. And Wisnatic forced to take the scraps of these straggler trees. He has built another lumber camp down here. But it's not going to last for very long. I like how Warrior's man-at-arms are taking refuge from the archers here under the tower. Even though they can't get in the tower, they're still close to it. Okay, Wisnatic wants to build a blacksmith here. I don't think that Warrior will let that happen. I think Warrior has worked too hard to get in. Yeah, here they come. Uh-oh, watch out, Warrior. Alright, there he goes. So where are these villagers going now? They're probably going over here to build another tower. We've got skirmishers now under production from Warrior. Wisnatic keeping an eye on Warrior's base, but Warrior's pretty open. Apparently he's built a defensive tower on a stone. I guess Wisnatic must have come over here with the archers, or maybe this is preemptive. Maybe he's just being prepared like a good Boy Scout. And tower going up here. Wisnatic building a tower of his own. And now Wisnatic is going on the stone. So you can see why I wanted Warrior to build a tower here. In fact, he's got a hill to do it with, honestly. So Warrior should be able to see these villagers on stone already. Yeah, his outpost tells him that his opponent is already on stone. There's a lot of villagers here. I think even if he came over here with his man-at-arms, he still wouldn't be able to get that tower up now. Warrior repairing his tower. Losing the villager, though, because he forgot to garrison it. It's kind of crazy how rams can block arrows, but an entire building cannot. Berries are of more immediate benefit. Okay, so these man-at-arms are just standing here. They're letting Wisnatic pick them off. I think Warrior is distracted. He's looking somewhere else. Just goes to maybe take some HP off, but no, the man-at-arms go down for free, which is unfortunate for Warrior. He is able to ungarrison his skirmishers. The villager has to garrison in the tower. The skirmishers are ungarrisoning. These archers want to camp the base of the tower so that Warrior cannot repair it. But luckily for Warrior, he has these skirmishers here. Wizanatic knows that he needs to stay near the base of the tower. And it looks like, what is this? Wizanatic sending a villager to just shank down the rest of this tower. So the tower goes down. Wizanatic has lost some of his villagers. Not villagers, sorry, archers. Warrior has lost some archers. And we're probably going to see a new tower come up, like, right here or something. But, who knows. Wizanatic is getting closer and closer to clicking up to the Castle Age. Got a skirmisher trespassing. Alright, there it is. Warrior has clicked up to the Castle Age. Interesting. So Warrior doing a little bit of market trickery here. And what's the plan now? He's building an archery range at home, so maybe he's going to make cavalry archers. Wizanatic sees it. And Wizanatic is coming over here with a couple of archers. He could be a pest on this gold. And he knows that his opponent is taking gold here because he just scouted it. But I think Wizanatic is busy somewhere else. Otherwise, he would have gone out that way. I wonder if Warrior is making a break for it. Is Warrior going to come over here and maybe build a lumber camp somewhere? Just to keep these villagers off to the side. Okay, another stable. Or rather, a stable being built by Wizanatic. He has not built a stable yet. And a market. So Wizanatic coming for the tower rush now. Wizanatic has 3 eco kills, hasn't taken any eco losses despite going human 2TC. Yeah, Wizanatic with twice the villager count of Warrior, essentially. Maybe not quite twice the villager count. But overall, Warrior's aggression is not paying off here. The only difference is that Warrior is almost to the Castle Age. So maybe Warrior can make something happen in Castle Age and get where he needs to be. We're going to see a little villager fight here. Wizanatic coming with some feudal army to try to protect this tower. I don't really think Warrior needs this stone anymore. I'm not sure why he's still contesting it. It seems like, you know, the tower rush is over. Yeah, Warrior's just going to take some wood here. Hopefully for Warrior, Wizanatic does not find that. The arrival of this army forces Warrior to go away. So Warrior's just going to build this siege workshop, and he's going to make some cavalry archers, it looks like. Or at least, he's made one cavalry archer. So I'm wondering if we're going to see a ram, or what we're going to see from this. Probably a ram. No, he's making a scorpion. Alright, interesting. I guess scorpions are what you make when you're up against archers. Alright, Warrior needs to garrison that villager before it dies. Oh, no. Go, Warrior. I'm rooting for Warrior this game because he has taken an aggressive approach. But I don't know if Warrior's going to be able to make this happen. Wizanatic is just about 30 seconds away from the Castle Age. Warrior's cavalry archer going down. He does have cavalry archers over here, and they are pressuring Wizanatic's wood line. But I think Wizanatic is going to build this watchtower on his wood line. Okay, Warrior is going to win the battle for this tower. Scouts are going to get in on this scorpion, but it doesn't matter. The tower's down. So I think Warrior would consider that a win here. These archers are not going to be able to stay here for long. This lady's trying to get away. Wizanatic is Castle Age now. Surely Warrior must be quite worried. Wizanatic is building another town center, and he's building another town center here. So he's expanding his boom to 4 town centers. He's got 78 villagers to Warrior's 38. Warrior's still taking wood down here. Okay, Warrior has found Wizanatic's town center, but because there's a tower here, he can't deny it. He can just come around and try to get villager kills, but he does not get any. So Warriors on one town center. What now? One town center, 2 archery ranges, and a siege workshop. Okay, here comes Warrior. I'm wondering if Warrior's going to build a tower here on this gold. He's going to build a siege workshop right here. I love it. He sees lots of skirmishers, so maybe he's thinking mangonels are what he needs. There is a knight here. Wisnatic apparently made a knight at some point. I don't know that this is enough. Well, this is not enough cavalry archers to deal with the knight now. He is sending some more. There's skirmishers here too. The warrior is pretty heavily outnumbered. Okay, the siege workshop goes up at great cost, and Warrior calls the GG. So Wisnatic is now taking a game off of Warrior, and they are tied 1-1. Warrior had a hard time doing damage. Seemed like Wisnatic was pretty prepared to defend himself and boom safely. So now we will go to a map of Warrior's choice, and Warrior, I guess Warrior chooses Whirlpool Lake, and he's going to be Japanese. He's got a plan for Japanese on Whirlpool Lake, guys. Alright, so Wisnatic has chosen the Malay, and Warrior has chosen Japanese. Whirlpool Lake is a map by Jasuni. It features a pit in the center with lots of fish in it. And there's some relics. Oh, there's only 3 relics this time. Usually there's 5. 4 or 5. But this is a 3 relic spawn, which is curious. The pit in the center is connected to player town centers. You've got this channel here of mangrove shallow terrain, and you can build on the mangrove shallows, and you could wall it off, and we may see that happen. Or you could build a bunch of docks back here and sail into the middle with a fleet and surprise your opponent. But there's a lot of food here, so you don't want to give it all away. What I like about this map is that it's harder to snowball water, because chances are your opponent will be attacking uphill if he attacks you, or you will be attacking uphill if you attack your opponent. You do have a defense in case you lose this water and your opponent wants to come and attack your town. You have a sea tower here. Sea tower is a little bit weaker than a watchtower in terms of statistics. However, it does a hidden bonus damage to ships. Japanese cheaper eco buildings is very relevant to this map. Hey, Cookie Pirate, welcome. Malagat harbors and excellent fish traps. Both are good water systems. I agree. Both of these civilizations are good choices on this map. I mean, I would personally prefer the Byzantines, and I think that there is a Byzantines meta to this map. But I can definitely see the merits for other choices of civilization here. Wisnatic pushing in a deer. Malay have a pretty awkward economy. Of course, they advance faster, so they have less time to collect resources while they are advancing. But in theory, that allows them to click up later and achieve the same uptime. And that means that they can make more villagers before clicking up, so I guess it's an eco bonus if you look at it, but it's just a tricky eco bonus. Japanese also have better fishing ships. That's true. I think they're an excellent choice for this map. I agree. If, what do we got here from Warrior? What is this? Alright, he's going to build his dock here. This is a somewhat aggressive dock, maybe. I mean, Warrior certainly must know where Wisnatic is at this point. No, he does not. So for all Warrior knows, Wisnatic is somewhere over here. So, Warrior has not found his opponent yet. Both players are pushing deer. Has Wisnatic at least found Warrior? No, neither player has scouted the other player. I guess they just don't really care. Wisnatic is going to build a little bit more conservative of dock in the corner here. Warrior's kind of built further out from there. But these players' docks are going to be pretty close together. So they're probably going to play very aggressively on water, at least initially. I think generally this map ends up with neither player winning water, despite both trying the entire game, which is kind of fun. It's always fun to watch the players try and fail. What is this? Warrior taking a little bit of wood home, I guess. Why not? He's got some water buffaloes here. Wait a second. What? Warrior has not even gotten these water buffaloes yet. They're still Gaia units. Guess he doesn't want them that much. Or he knows he can get them later. So, I think Malay are a solid choice because I am just worried for Warrior. I think that Wizenatic could do some kind of crazy fast feudal build and get fire ships out and just completely clear up Warrior's fish. So, if you're Warrior, you know, how many fishing ships do you make before a feudal age? Now, granted, these fishing ships have, what, twice the HP? Yeah. They've got 120 HP as opposed to 60. I love watching players try and fail. Well, failing is a learning experience. What I should have said is I like watching players try and learn. How's that? Is that better? Okay, so Wizenatic is building a second lumber camp here, and he is on his way up to the feudal age. He's clicked up at 22 pop. Warrior has clicked up at 24 pop. So Wizenatic is going to be up significantly before Warrior. And I believe if Wizenatic doesn't know about Warrior's dock there, it'd be a missed opportunity. He does not. Well, he'll probably still queue a fire ship anyway, just because he probably figures that Warrior built a dock somewhere and made fishing ships somewhere, even if he did not scout them. No, Wizenatic is going to go galleys. I think that's... I don't know how I feel about that. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that galleys or or fire ships are better here? There is some pretty clear naval superiority. Well, if you ask Jasuni, Jasuni will say that Ray said that galleys would be dominant on this map, and therefore galleys are the best thing to make. We've seen players make a mix of things, I think. Warrior is now... Okay, so he is now feudal age. I'm assuming that's what this means. Maybe this is something else, like Warrior is awesome. Alright, and Wizenatic has found Warrior's fishing ships, but Warrior is going to make some fire galleys to help clear up water. Wizenatic has added another galley here. It's hard to get that mass of galleys. You really need... you need to build up a good mass. I'd say you need at least 6 to 8 before you start to win against fire ships in equal number. Fire ships more effective because of the elevation difference. So Wizenatic doing the smart thing, and he is drawing his galley back here for protection to the safety of his fire tower, or his sea tower, I should say. And the sea tower deals massive bonus damage to these fire ships. Watch this. See, like, look at that. Like, kills it in like 3 hits. Well, maybe not quite 3 hits. But this is pretty messy, getting these galleys. He's already lost 2 galleys, and he's lost half the health on another one. And so Warrior actually with 3 docks here, and he's going 3 dock fires. Wizenatic should totally stonewall this off. I think he should cut his losses. The galleys were too slow. Maybe if he had built like a dock in here or something. And you know, you could build fish traps and such. That could be pretty effective for Malay over farms. Warrior wants this sea tower gone. He's attacking it with the fire ships, and he's making sure to stay within the minimum range. And this could be a pretty quick game if Wizenatic doesn't respect the potency. Alright, here he comes to repair the fire tower. I think this is the right thing to do. He wants to make a stand for it. He is microing the galleys to that end. I think... Is he going to save it, you guys? Do you guys think he's going to save it? Loses some villagers. He should garrison back in the sea tower now. Give himself some more arrows. Can you not garrison in the sea tower? Okay, he does manage to save the sea tower. And this lady has 1 HP. But it's cost him. It's cost him, I think, at least 2 villagers. Because I think some of this Eco KD here is also fishing ships. Okay, he's made a fire galley, and he's also made the demolition raft. So Wizenatic not giving up on water. It looked really ugly for him for a little bit. Jasuni says galleys have an easier time using the hill bonus. The longer range also has a niche of hiding with the sea tower. I don't think the sea tower has any garrison spots. Really? That is unfortunate. That would explain why he didn't garrison in it. But, I mean, would it really kill Wizenatic to build a gate here? He's already spent some stone repairing this, so he can't build 2 town centers immediately. Just build a stone gate across here and be done with it. But he's managed to keep his ragtag navy alive. Warrior, I guess Warrior is going to wall this off because he does not want Wizenatic coming in and messing with his town. But he is still making ships. He's got fire galleys under construction here. Fire ships get a hill bonus, if that's the question. So Wizenatic needs to keep up production of the galleys here, but he's kind of strapped for resources. He did get fletching at some point, so he's got a blacksmith somewhere. Yeah, there it is. He got fletching. In the long term, galleys will be better, but the question is, can Wizenatic get there? He sent this fishing ship back to work. What do we got here? A villager chasing another villager. Sometimes we see players go archers or something, and they come back here and they try to disrupt an opponent's economy. And that can be a good strategy, too. Well, I think in general, if a unit has more range, it can make it easier for that unit to exploit a hill bonus. I think that's all that Jasuni meant by that. Fire ships are also more likely to move away from their position, losing the hill bonus. Oh, that's an interesting way of putting it as well. The players are both going for water. I mean, it makes a lot of sense here. I mean, maybe you could, in a lot of situations, get away with walling this off and just forgetting about water, but the thing is that there are only 3 relics, so it's easier for an opponent to get a relic victory going. I mean, you see these players. I guess Warrior does have 4 fishing ships. It's really not a lot compared to other maps. He's retreating to the safety of his sea tower. The sea tower raining massive damage down on these fire ships, and I like how he's making sure that the fire galley is what's fighting these, although he's bringing it back for repairs. This lady's going to repair it. He's bringing the galleys back too, and he has not repaired these galleys though. Just repairing the fire galley. So he's even mixing in some fire galleys to make his navy a little bit more effective. But he's trying to build up this galley mass, which I think is smart. He's close to clicking up too, Wizenatic is, but Warrior has already clicked up. Warrior has 44 villagers to Wizenatic's 38, so Warrior has an advantage here. He hasn't even eaten all of his water buffaloes. He's got 6 water buffaloes, and I guess he's just been doing fine with the fishing. House being built from Wizenatic. Wizenatic is actually going to be up to the castle age first, because Malay, I forgot about that. So it's not so rough for Wizenatic. He's made it work with these 2 docks. It's been expensive. He's lost some villagers. I mean, this says he's lost 8 economy. So it hasn't been easy. But if he can get this galley mass working, that could be a big advantage. Warrior has not invested in galleys at all. He's all about the fire galleys. Wizenatic building another dock? I think he needs to. I think he needs at least 3 docks working. It can be tough to mass from only 1, essentially, when you've got another one making demolition rafts or fire ships. Okay, and he's Castle Age now. So we're going to see the War Galley upgrade, and we're going to see Bodkin as soon as possible. Demolition raft there. He's waiting. Yeah, this is going to get War Galley. So Warrior not far behind him, though, immediately queuing the War Galley. So Wizanatic will have it a little bit sooner. And he's got a couple of demolition rafts here. You know, technically, if he times this right, he could be up. He could have the upgrade just a few seconds before his opponent, and he could use the demolition rafts while they're actually demolition ships against the fire galleys, and that's what he's doing. And he does massive damage. And now these are fire ships, and they do less damage. Oh, no! Oh, wow, that's a big hit there. Does not like the fire ships at all. He's microing against them. Here's a low HP fire galley he can micro against. And Wizanatic with knights in his base. What? We missed that. Oh, Warrior had built some stables. I see, and he was building a monastery. So Wizanatic just too strapped for res. Warrior getting in here with knights, and Wizanatic is just like, oh man, I can't deal with that right now. So Warrior beats Wizanatic. He wins 2-1. GG, well played. What could Wizanatic have even done to prevent this? I guess maybe he should have stonewalled himself in. He actually did have a decent corner, I think. But this has been a really entertaining game. Very entertaining set, I should say. I've enjoyed watching these players play. I'm grateful that they're playing in Alchemy League, and I'm looking forward to seeing more sets from them. We have another set in the Recorded Games channel, but they accidentally posted Game 2 twice, so it only has 2 of the games out of the 3. So if they revise that, we could potentially do another set tonight. I want to try to get caught up on the recordings, because I know we're a couple days into week 5, and so we're going to start seeing the recordings pour in. And so I want to make sure I get ahead of that. But if not, then we'll just cast it tomorrow. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm looking forward to seeing more games, and take care.